Marcus was her old accounting classmate. The external auditor the firm contracted. Quarterly. Tall. Charming. Understood the pressure she was under. They'd been having drinks after work for 6 months. Then dinners. Then longer meetings that had nothing to do with spreadsheets. Bad day? Marcus asked, sliding into the booth across from her. My husband thinks the cook is a better mother than me. Marcus reached across the table and took her hand. You're an incredible woman, Monica. Don't let anyone make you feel less than that. She looked at his hand on hers. Warm. Confident. She didn't pull away. That night became many nights. Drinks became hotel rooms. Hotel rooms became weekend getaways to luxury resorts. All charged to the company. Monica was senior accountant. She supervised internal and external audits. She submitted the final reports to the board. It was easy to bury the expenses. Reclassify them. Make them disappear. At home, David grew distant. He stopped asking where she'd been. Stopped waiting up. He and Joshua existed in their own world. And when Mercy returned from her Christmas break, that world became complete again. Monica watched them sometimes, through the window before she went inside. Mercy, David, and Joshua at the dinner table. Laughing. Talking. Looking like a family. She told herself she didn't care. Told herself her career mattered more. Told herself the late nights with Marcus were just stress relief. Just harmless fun. But it wasn't harmless. One Friday evening, Monica came home early. Unannounced. She walked into the kitchen and found David and Mercy sitting at the table. Close. Too close. Mercy's hand on his arm. Both of them laughing. They jumped when they saw her. Monica, David said, standing quickly. You're home early, apparently, Monica said coldly, looking at Mercy. Don't you have work to do? Mercy stood, nodded, and left the room without a word. Monica turned to David. What was that? What was what? We were talking. You were touching her. She was comforting me, Monica. Because my wife is never here. Because I'm lonely. Because I'm raising our son by myself. So, you're what? Sleeping with the help now? David's face went hard. No. But at least she sees me. At least she's here. Where the hell are you, Monica? Who are you with all those nights you don't come home? Monica's heart stopped. What are you talking about? I'm not stupid. The late meetings. The weekend conferences that aren't on the company calendar. The way you smell like someone else's cologne. She opened her mouth. Closed it. No words came. David nodded slowly. That's what I thought. He walked past her and went upstairs. Monica stood in the kitchen alone, her entire world cracking beneath her feet.
Two months later, the auditors came, not Marcus. Real auditors, unannounced. The board had received an anonymous tip about financial irregularities. They wanted everything, every receipt, every expense report, every transaction from the last 2 years. Monica's hands shook as she pulled the files. She'd been careful. She'd covered her tracks. But had she been careful enough? 3 days into the audit, they found it, $80,000. In misclassified expenses, hotel stays, resort bookings, dinners, all traced back to her and Marcus. The board called her in, asked her to explain. She couldn't. They fired her on the spot, told her they were considering criminal charges, embezzlement, fraud. She could go to prison. Monica walked out of that office in a daze, got in her car, drove home. David was waiting in the living room. Mercy and Joshua were nowhere to be seen. They called me, David said quietly. The firm? They wanted to know if I knew what you'd been doing. Monica sank into a chair. David, don't. Just don't. He stood. I'm taking Joshua to my mother's. When we come back, I want you gone. I've already called a lawyer. We're done, Monica. You can't. I can, and I am. You chose your career. You chose that man. You chose everything except us. So now you get to live with that choice. He walked out. She heard him upstairs, packing, heard Joshua asking where they were going, heard Mercy's soft voice comforting the boy. An hour later, they were gone. Monica sat in the empty house and realized what she'd lost. Not just her job, not just her marriage, but her son, her family, her entire life. And for what? Expensive hotel rooms. A man who stopped answering her calls the moment she got fired. The illusion of control. She looked around the pristine house. The house Mercy kept clean. The house David paid for. The house Joshua called home. A house that was no longer hers. 3 days later, Monica got a letter from David's lawyer. Divorce papers. He was seeking full custody, citing her infidelity, her embezzlement, her absence from Joshua's life. And there was something else, a witness statement. From Mercy. Monica read it, her blood turning cold. Mercy had documented everything. Every night Monica didn't come home. Every lie. Every time Joshua cried asking for his mommy and she wasn't there. Every parent-teacher meeting she missed. Every birthday she forgot. Mercy hadn't just been the cook. She'd been the witness. The proof. The evidence that would take her son away forever. Monica called David, begged, pleaded. He didn't answer. She called Mercy, the woman who'd destroyed her life. The phone rang and rang. Finally, Mercy answered. Hello, Mrs. Monica. You did this. You told them everything. You ruined me. Mercy's voice was calm, steady. No, ma'am. You ruined yourself. I just told the truth. I'll destroy you. I'll make sure you never work again. You can't destroy me, ma'am. I'm just the help, but you destroyed your own family. And now you have to live with that. Mercy hung up. Monica screamed. Through the phone. Collapsed on the floor. And in that moment, she understood. It was never about the food. It was never about the cook. It was about a woman so consumed by ambition, so desperate to prove herself, that she lost sight of what actually mattered. And now, it was too late.